It keeps ending whenever it wants to. Hey, good night. Good,
You can't start the show off saying good night.
it's like,
I
good
mean, it's
evening.
nighttime,
And
so
I
I
was
will
just
get
like,
it.
this thing just stops when it wants to now. So good evening. Sorry, guys. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Turn Up Thursday.
We made to another wonderful Thursday and into the weekend.
Amen. 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 People just don't even understand. Like every morning when I wake up, the first thing I say is, thank you, God, for waking me up this morning. I think we have to understand like waking up is such a thing and making it through the day because it
Mm-hmm.
is like life is just so short. But we digress.
Granted.
How's your week been?
Week is good, very productive. A little tired this week, but because work is work. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to put your foot down. No, okay, not put your foot down, but you got to do a little extra. Let me just say that. You know what I'm saying? It is summertime. There's things, trips you want to do. There's concerts. There's a lot of things happening. So, you got to work a little bit extra sometime for spending money. But besides that, kids good. Everybody healthy. Everyone's good. So, no complaints. How are you in your week?
I love that. You listen, the same. Life is lifing. Same thing. Like I feel the same way. Like trips that I have to take, things that are happening. There's this huge trip I want to take that if I take it in the latter part of the year, I feel like it's going to be life changing. I will share with you guys once I book everything. But I want to take this like 6 week out of the country trip and just kind of reset by myself. I think it's going to be amazing. More details to come. But we are going to Martha's Vineyard in August, a group of 8 of us. So that's going to be interesting as we plan all of that. We have the itinerary, everything is booked. So it should be interesting. This is when all of the blacks apparently take over Martha's Vineyard in Cape Cod. For those who do not know where Martha's Vineyard is, it's basically Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Massachusetts. So that's gonna be fun. Maybe I'll find my husband. Who knows?
Massachusetts. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I feel like my husband definitely goes to Martha's Vineyard. Like, yeah, like my husband goes to Essence, like he goes to the Hamptons, Martha's Vineyard. You know, when black people Hampton. So like Martha's Vineyard is essentially the black people's Hampton
Gotcha.
in in Massachusetts. So I think my husband might be there, but we'll see. And you never know. Anywho, we have quite the show tonight. As the topic says, this is Am I the Asshole? Um, the Fuck Your Feelings edition. For those of you who do not know what that is, there is a Reddit thread, and basically the acronym is AITA for Am I the Asshole? Where people ask questions on this thread that they feel as if might make them the asshole. And so we're going to go through a few. I've chosen a few. Twins doesn't know what it is that I'm going to read. Some of them I didn't even read fully. They just sounded really interesting. I'm like, oh, we have to talk about this. So we're going to talk about Am I the Asshole? And we're going to put our Fuck Your Feelings spin on it. And then if we have time, maybe we'll tell each a story that might make people think, are we the asshole? I don't even have one yet, but now it gives us time to think about it. I just threw that out there. Maybe we'll throw out our own Am I the Asshole story and see what happens. What do you think, Twins? Are you down?
I'm already know I'm the asshole, so but I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Let's go.
Well, like now I definitely have to hear your Am I the Asshole story. So we're not even gonna waste time. We're gonna get into it. Twins has again wakes up very early, and these are gonna be juicy. So I want to get in as much. So I've chosen 8 from the Reddit thread. Some are long, some are short. I've got numbers 1 through 8. So let me know which number you want to choose first, Twins.
Let's keep it simple. Go at number one.
Number 1. Let's go. This one is an interesting one. Why will it not? Sorry, I put in all the links. There we go. Open the link. Oh, this is a long one. But let's
You got it.
go. Am I the asshole for telling the girl I'm in love with that I won't date her because she's a single mother? Let's go. Haha.
Ooh.
Hi, I'm 25. My friend, I will call her Mina, random name just for the sake of it, is 23. We know each other from some campus activities. Mina is a sweet person, very funny, batshit crazy, and very cute in my eyes. We have lots of common interests and are very close. She has confessed to me a few times that she likes me, and I've kindly rejected her, saying that I wasn't ready for a relationship, but loved her as a friend. I'm actually in love with her, but don't want to date her because she's a 5-year-old daughter. Her child is a good kid, actually, smart, a bit hyperactive, and sometimes drives her mom mad, but is very loved by the entire family. I don't have anything against the child, but I'm child free by choice, and that includes not raising other people's children. I don't have the economic stability, the space, the patience, or maturity to raise a child. I actually don't know how to act in front of children. I'm just basic polite and never get too friendly with them because I'm a bit socially awkward. And being socially awkward with adults is fine, but if I'm accidentally awkward with a child, it might get me in trouble and I'd rather just not interact. Last weekend, Mina and I went to a house party together hosted by a mutual friend. We had some drinks, we got tipsy but not too drunk. We started to dance together, then a more energetic song started playing and she got very enthusiastic. Basically, she started rubbing her booty on him. And we ended up kissing. I just went with the flow, and in another moments of the night, we kept on kissing and getting touchy. I wish people would check their writing. Later, she took me to a bedroom. We kept kissing, and she went topless. Tried to convince me to do it with her right there, but we had no protection, so I rejected her. She asked me why, and I just said I don't want to risk a pregnancy. She asked me again what was wrong, and I said that I don't want to be a father. She asked me point blank, do you like me? I said, yeah, but I just don't want a child. And if she wanted, we could do it sober and protected because right there was a bad idea. We talked back and forth for a while. I can't really remember the whole conversation, but then she asked me if the reason we are not together is because of her child. I told her that I'm not fit to be a dad. I didn't want to have my own kids, and I didn't think I could be it for some other kid. She started tearing up and then straight up crying. Mumbled some stuff, but I could catch some things she said, like, you're just like everyone else. I really love you. Please give me a chance. And the ones that worried me the most was I can send her to a boarding school and she ruined my life enough and I can't catch a break. She was crying. Give me one second. She was crying so loud that one of her friends came into the room to find me sitting on the bed and her topless and crying. And I got berated because I should have done something. What? Because I could. Oh my God, people.
It's all
Because
right.
I
Keep going.
could. It should be say I could have done something terrible to her. Other guys told me to leave, and so I did. Mina told them the truth about what happened, and I'm glad because I was anxious that she could misinterpret it in the worst possible way. But I was called heartless, cruel, and a dick. I was told by our friends that you like her, you are good to her daughter, she likes you, then what is your problem? Some of the girlfriends said that refusing to date a single mother just because of her kid is misogynistic. I tried to text and call Mina in the following days, but she only replies with I'm okay and I don't need anything, which makes me even more worried about her well being. I don't really know what to do. Was I the asshole for what I said to her? Is it true what others are saying? Was I cruel to her?
So first, I like to say is no, you're not the asshole because you have standards, just like everyone else have standards. If a woman wants to talk to a guy who's 6 foot, who's six this and X Y Z, why can't a man pick and choose who you want to talk to? Um, and you should be shamed, or you should feel a type of way that a man may not want to talk to you because you have a child with someone else. Because we know at the end of the day, you'll never love us as much as you love your child, which is you're supposed to love your child more than anything. But that's something you have to take in consideration. You can't force someone to accept your child on you if that's something they don't want to do. If he made very clear that he doesn't want his own kids or he's not ready to be a father, you can't shame a man or force a man to a situation that he don't want to be in. Just like if you turn the table around, I can't force you to do something that you don't want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a man say, you know what, I don't want to do this, X, Y, Z. I like you, but I don't want to move forward because the situation. So you weren't crying and upset when you was busting open for the dude who's not around, for the father. Why the father's not around? Like before, like that should have been the conversation. Like before he even got to the point of even intimacy with her. So why are you and your ex not together? Right? What could he done better, or what could you done better so y'all can both be a better couple or unit, whatever? Because at the end of the day, y'all two are attached to each other to the end of time. There's no way around it.
Mm-hmm.
You pair bond with that guy,
Mm-hmm.
that child that you carried for 9 months. The woman, like, I don't understand. I don't understand because I'm not a woman, but to carry a child in you for 9 months, that does something to a woman.
It does.
There's something inside of you that's growing that comes out of you. That is something. I mean, on top of going through the process of even having the child, some females die in the process of giving.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact you have this little seed that was planted and then grows inside of you, you have this attachment to this child, but then you don't have nothing, no attachment or no type of relation with the father you gave the ultimate gift to. Like, how does that make any sense? So no, and secondly, you shouldn't be out here dating anyway. My personal opinion. And if you are dating, you should be intentional at this point. Like what they like to say. Oh, I made a mistake. I was young and dumb. Okay, whatever you want to call it. You might get a pass on one. So you want to jump in bed with a guy who already said he don't want to have his own kids. He's not ready to be a father or a stepfather. And then on top of that, you want to jump in bed with a dude having unprotected sex. It is 2026. HIV, AIDS, and everything else is going through the roof right now. Like this guy, I salute to him because some guys have been like, hey man, let's do it. He had enough sanity. He's like, you know what? I like you. I want to, but we're under protection. So that takes a lot of restraint right there for him to say no. So yes, she wasn't crying because he didn't want to have sex with her. It was more her feelings was hurt. Her ego. Like, I'm topless, my titty is out, I look good, XYZ. You don't want to have sex with me? The nigga said, no, I don't. No, we're gonna protect you. No. I don't want to, and honestly, he was more logical with it. I said, I don't want to take the risk of having a child. I'm not ready to be a father. He said, forget the whole viruses and shit like that. I don't want a kid. So no, we can't do this. But I'll stop right there and let you continue from there. Go ahead.
So, no, young man, you are not the asshole. You made the best decision you possibly could. It is very clear that this young lady is irresponsible because the fact that you don't learn the lesson the first time, you've got a man who's basically willing to respect you more than you respect yourself, right? You don't respect yourself, and he respects you more than you respected yourself. Like, what are we doing here? What are you doing here? Like, let's be clear. They were at a party. There were other people in that house. She was willing to go in and basically hear her being raw dogged by, yes, he's her friend. Like, what are we doing here? Like, young ladies, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
And she's a mother. And she's
she's a mother, right? So you left your child, and I understand you're going to do your thing, but you were willing to be intimate with a man that you claim you love so much. in a house full of other people while you were drunk. You don't respect yourself. So, how this man is being shamed for respecting you more than you respect yourself and respecting his own boundaries about the fact that he does not have unprotected sex with women he's not with. He's not even, yeah, he might care about you, but he's determined we can't be together. The decision that you made 5, 6 years ago is stopping our ability to be together now. And that's what I want young ladies to think about. Every choice you make impacts your present and your future.
Mm. Say that again, please.
Every choice you make impacts your present and your future. I knew that at 21 years old, when I became a mother, that my dating life was going to be impacted if I did not stay with her father. And when I did not stay with her father, I had to date differently. I couldn't date like the 22 or the 23-year-old childless woman. I had to date like a woman with a child. And for years, I did not date at all. I didn't date. I focused so much on my baby and what I needed to do and making sure that I had the best co-parenting relationship with her father, because that was the important part. So the idea that he is shamed for respecting himself and her, that tells you our society is fucked. Fucked. Insane.
And like you said, he had more respect for her than she had respect for herself. That's
He
crazy.
said, let's have sex when, if you really want to do this, let's be sober and present in the moment. And she again was willing to go strip her clothes off in a house full of other people. Because if they came into that room and heard her crying, because she was crying, imagine if she was moaning. People are just there. Like, that is, it's a negative. You're a mother. We gotta move when we're mothers, especially young mothers. You just have to move differently. You can't move the same way the 23-year-old single woman with no child moves. You have made a decision that you have grown leaps and bounds above the age that you're at because you are now responsible for a child. So this whole shaming men for not wanting to date single mothers, stop it. You made a choice and they're making one too.
And also, think about this. This is a great scenario that you read. I know it's only the first one, but this is a really good one. So, clearly, this guy is not a Pookie because he said no, no, and no. No, I don't want to have sex with you right now. No, we don't have protection. Um, the last thing you just said. But
In a room full of people?
yeah, in the
A
room full
house
of,
full of people.
yeah, house full of people. No, so he had that much respect for her. That's just crazy to think that. But you're already a single mother already, and now you look see. Here's a problem that we have. Now, if this was a Pookie, he probably would have done the deed,
Raw dogged it, bent it over, turned it upside down.
and then you might got pregnant. And but then here you are now at 23, so now you've been 24, 25, single mother, because clearly you're not married. If it even was a Pookie or this guy, regardless, y'all guys weren't even, you two were not even in a serious relationship.
They weren't even dating.
You weren't even
They
dating.
weren't even dating.
So you was willing to give it up and possibly get pregnant because you love him. How you love somebody that you're not in a relationship with? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's like her just saying, "Oh my God, Chris Brown, I love you." Like she's the type of woman to have high sex with Chris Brown because, like, oh my God, it's one in a lifetime. I love him. You know what I'm saying? I love him. So yes, the standards, they're standards for a reason.
Thank
Ladies,
you.
we have to do better, fellas. We have to have restraint, just like this guy. And I'm glad that this person posted because it does show that there is men out there who is level headed.
There are plenty of men out there. Here's
Yeah.
the thing, twins. I've had my fun. I don't pretend that I haven't had my fun. And I remember one situation when a gentleman and I were dating, and it was our first time, and we were getting hot and heavy, and he did not have protection. And I said, no. I said, yeah, this is not going to go down. My man put on his clothes, grabbed his car key, got in his car, drove to a 24-hour pharmacy, got the protection, came back, and we had a good time. He wasn't like, men aren't going to be like, oh my God, because if they try to do something opposite, that's rape, okay? That's assault. So most men, okay, are going to say, okay, cool, you don't want to do this. They might try until you sure, babe, like blah, blah, blah. But most of you are like, no, I'm good. So they will find a pharmacy, they will phone a friend, they will search and go to their car and flip everything upside down so they can taste it. So there's no excuse for men or for women to be doing this with someone and not thinking about the consequences. I didn't want any more babies. I already had one. I was like, I'm good. We're not doing this.
Yeah. I don't want to hold up. We can go to the next story because that was a good first one. That was a great first one. Let's go to the next one.
Okay, so I'm doing number 3. And I didn't read the whole thing. I just read the first part and I was like, damn.
That's live.
Okay, so am I the asshole for telling my wife I'm not as excited about the pregnancy since she stopped taking birth control without telling me? Okay, so here's the deal. My wife, 31 female, and I, 30 male, have been married for 3 years, and the plan was to wait a bit longer before having kids. We were enjoying our time together, focused on work and doing the whole travel while we can thing. Kids were on the horizon, but not just yet. Well, a couple of months ago, she told me she was pregnant. I was surprised, happy for her, but definitely surprised. When I asked her how it happened, she confessed that she'd gone on birth control without mentioning it because she felt ready and thought I'd be fine with it once the baby was on the way. To say I was caught off guard is an understatement. I get that people change their minds, but it kind of feels like the decision was made for me. I told her I'm not as excited as she is because we didn't decide this together. I also said it felt more like her decision than ours, and now she's upset, saying I'm acting distant and cold about the whole thing. I love her, and I'm sure I'll love the kid, but I feel like I didn't get a say in something pretty major. You know? Question mark. My friends are split. Some say I should get over it and be happy. Others think she should have talked to me first. So am I the asshole for feeling this way? Question mark. No.
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead, ladies first.
No. And that's actually deception. That is deception. You deceived someone, even within a marriage. That is deception. You guys made a choice together. You sat down and planned your life together, and you made a decision single-handedly while you're in a couple because you felt ready, but didn't care to think about the impact on that man's life who now has to be a father when he's not ready. Because sometimes you're just not ready to be a parent. Just like the first guy said, he said, I am not ready. I'm not financially secure. I'm not all of these things. This man wanted to, at 30 years old, was like, I'm still traveling. I'm still building my career. I'm still getting stuff together. Like he saw his life in a certain way. And his wife took that choice away from him. The fact that he even called it the kid, okay, he's not ready. He doesn't want this. And her being upset, like ladies, fuck your feelings for real. That Uno reverse of I did something wrong, you are calling me out for doing something wrong, and now I'm going to be mad at you for the something wrong that I did. Stop it. Stop it. And if I were him, I would not be able to trust her at all. Like she would have broken the trust I had in her. I don't know if I would be able to survive because it was a simple conversation. And if she was afraid of age, freeze your eggs, pluck them out now, put them away, and when you guys are ready, you make it work. But to make a unilateral decision in a couple, like I'm not down for it. If I was his sister, his mother, his female family member, I don't know what I'd say to him. Like it would be, I definitely would tell him. I would not tell him to be happy. And I wouldn't tell him he should be happy. Like I would not say be happy because children, Children don't bring couples together. Like, they, like that shit is hard, especially that first like year of adjusting to parenthood and schedules and the hormones that we're feeling as women, and our bodies have changed and we're just not the same, and the men is trying to adjust and we're mad at you because you still get to have a life, and it's a, you can still go play, basketball with your boys, but my breasts are leaking because I can't leave the, like, it can tear a couple apart, and if you're not ready it becomes resentful. So like, fuck that hoe. Sorry. Like, I'd be mad, I'd be pissed the fuck off. I'm done now.
So is the guy the asshole? No.
No.
Is the woman the asshole? Yes. And I'm only basing on that. We both sat down as two adults and we agree that we're not going to have a child for XYZ. You got on your birth control, whatever it was, you took it. We both agreed to it, and
Hmm.
plan, right? This is this is already this is already a bad start in this marriage because, like you just said, trust. So you're making decisions without me, the man, the house, the head of the house. Yes, I know it's your choice, XYZ, your body, but we're married now. We are a union. We are a
Mm,
team. There's no I
mm,
team. So how you make this huge decision without coming to me? That's like me going to our once again our savings account and buy my dream car because I felt like it without communicating with you. What's the difference? Right? You made a decision without talking to me. So how can I trust you going forward in this marriage that we're in, this partnership that we're in, that you won't do anything else that's going to compromise based on how you feel?
mhm,
There's no accountability when it comes to marriage. So what does that look like? How can a man keep, or vice versa, how can we keep someone accountable in that situation? What should he do? What can he do? Or vice versa, what can she do? People just do what they want to do. And and once again, yeah, I had this conversation. So the fact that you made this change in XYZ, and you can't sit here and shame me saying like, oh, now you're being distant and all that. No, you don't get to do that because you didn't have this conversation with me. You didn't tell me, hey, babe, I'm getting baby fever. What are your thoughts? Can we change the date? Can we compromise anywhere? You didn't make the decision. So I'm thinking you're taking your birth control. We having a good time. I'm shooting the club up respectfully. No one's getting hurt. But you know what I'm saying? I'm having a good time. So boom. And all of a sudden now you pregnant and I'm supposed to be happy. I mean, yes, in a sense, but I wasn't ready because if we had this conversation that, yeah, babe, I want to do XYZ. Okay, let me look at the finances, right? All right, this is how we're going to strategize. So we're going to plan it out. So everything can be smooth. We don't know what's like outside the dynamic. We don't know what either person is going through at that time. You don't know if he's trying to pay off debt. So when they do have a family, they're, you know what I mean? It's a lot that things going
mhm.
on. The point I'm trying to make is that she made a decision on her own without communicating with me. That's already putting a dent in the marriage. There's no trust there. I mean, there's still trust, but you've now I have to question things now. Now I can't really trust you on certain stuff. So yeah, you're not the asshole.
So
She is.
I quickly did a Google, and this is for the men because this was specifically for men. So what this is called is reproductive coercion, and it's actually illegal on both ends. So if a woman stops taking birth control and she did not tell you, or a man is poking holes into his condoms and did not tell you, and you did not willingly go into the situation knowing that a pregnancy could happen, it's reproductive coercion, and that is illegal. And for a lot of women, that can cost you child support. He didn't want the child. He didn't need the child. You told him you weren't going to have a child. In addition to that, the whole my body, my choice sounds great when women say, but what about his body, his choice? He wasn't given a choice. He had no choice in this matter. He was under the false assumption that his wife, who they agreed upon, was on birth control. and she deceived him. That's just not cool. And there's some men, if this happens to you, get a lawyer. Just saying.
All right, we'll go
I'm
to.
here to help the people and keep them informed, okay?
And the crazy part is this is something I have seen firsthand happen. So this happens quite a lot. But we'll move on.
I mean, I mean, like, I just, yeah, yep, 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 yep. Anywho, we're gonna move on. Okay, once again, twins. Now you have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8.
4.
Okay, this one's a lot shorter. Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to move in with my boyfriend unless he stops partying with his single friends every weekend? So, me 30 female, him 31 male. My boyfriend and I have been talking about moving in together, but there's one issue. He goes out every weekend with his single friends, hitting bars and staying out until 3 or 4 a.m.
Mm.
I don't mind him having a social life, but I feel like this level of partying isn't compatible with building a serious relationship. I told him I wasn't comfortable moving in together unless he dialed it back. And he accused me of trying to change who he is. I think I think it's reasonable to expect some compromise, but he says I'm being controlling. Am I the asshole for making this a condition? Yes, you are. Actually, yes, you are. Very much the asshole. That man is showing you who he is. If you don't like who he is, move on. Like, just move on. Just move on. He's not. Here's the thing. To me, he's not your husband. He's your boyfriend. Okay? He's your boyfriend. Your boyfriend, who in his mind is a boyfriend. He's not a husband. He's doing what single men do because a relationship does not make a husband and wife situation. He's showing you who he is, and now you want him to change to mold himself into what you want, but he's not ready to be that person. And you think it's a threat to him that you won't move in? He just has more freedom. So if you don't like him and like who he is, then move along and find someone who's more aligned with what you're looking for. So on this one, I'm going to absolutely say that she's the asshole. Twins.
I agree with everything you said. As far as she being an asshole, I'm gonna say no, she's not the asshole. But everything you said is spot on. Meaning that you're not in this he's not ready to be in a serious relationship. See, this is what women do a lot. They'll try to force a guy to be in a relationship. They'll try to mold him like, okay, I can get him to change. No, that's the problem. Oh, he got potential. No. He goes out and comes home about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Come on now. Let's keep it a being now. Let's keep it a being. He go out with his fellas. 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Come on, man.
He's just staying until the bar closes. They're shutting the club down. What are they going to Waffle House after? Like, girl, stop.
A few times, yes, they may be leaving out the strip club that time, right? A few times. If it's real lit, it's good, good vibes, people there, celebrities. Okay, cool. But sometimes they're meeting up with women.
Lots of times they're meeting up with women.
I mean, if it's a group of guys, they will either get a section or we'll make a section of our own and we'll have a good old time. And what happens? Girls come over, have a good time. You start chatting and you keep going. You start kind of building a relationship. It's kind of like going to the bar all the time. You go to the bar, the same people keep going to the bar. Same goes. Eventually, y'all gonna start mingling and you're gonna meet someone. 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. No. So, baby girl, let him go because that's not gonna be a healthy relationship. And that's not gonna be healthy for you. And there's no dialing back because if let's say I moved in together and you chill in the house Friday night, you watching TV, and he don't come in till 3 o'clock in the morning, smelling like women, you gonna be in your feelings. You're gonna be arguing, and he's like, "Well, I told you I do this," and you no, it's I can see it. No, let him go. Stick to like the first things. If you have standards, stick to your standards. Don't fold because he may be handsome or XYZ. No, stick to him because you as soon as you break off your standards, that's where problems gonna come in. So you're not the asshole from a woman's point of view. But like I said, I agree with things you said, but he's not ready to be your boyfriend. So let's stop with let's move in together. Don't keep
That's what are you even thinking? You're not there.
over there, and then this slow it down. He ain't ready yet. And more likely they're young because I remember in my early 20s going out club. That's yes. You get older,
but they're not even that young. He's 30, she's 31. No, she's 30, he's 31. Yeah. So they're not super young.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this then. Either they were sheltered, they didn't get a chance to live because by the time I hit 30, I was done with the clubs. I'm done with strip clubs. I mean, if I do it because I got people come in town, let's go to Magic City, let's go to the strokers. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been to one. Last time I've been to a strip club was my bachelor party. And that was 2010.
Good on you.
So I ain't been to a strip club since. And I still wouldn't go to Magic City. That's a whole nother topic. But anyway.
I love Magic City.
The point I'm trying to make is that going there in your late 30s, that's wild work. Because as a man in your 30s, you should be in the stage of your career. Like you should be not playing. You should be done with those regular jobs, McDonald's, gym jobs, whatever. You should be in your career. So you should be doing no.
He's not ready. He's not ready. And here's the thing, and I'm going to say this to the ladies. Here's the thing. I can tell you in every serious relationship I've been in, when my man was going out, 8 out of 10 times, I was with him. And it wasn't me asking. He'd be like, "Hey, babe, do you want to go out Saturday night? Hey, babe, me and the boys, but I want you to come." And sometimes I'd be like, "Hey, sure, go do your thing with the boys." Or I'll say, "Hey, you go with the boys, I'll come with my girls, whatever." But my man just wasn't going out consistently, constantly, every weekend without me because he found me fun and he liked my company and we had a good time. So the fact that she's saying every single weekend he's hitting the bars without her, he doesn't even, girl, are you dumb or are you stupid? Like, girl, both. get the hint.
Both. Every weekend.
She said every weekend. Listen. Without you. And I've been in several relationships. Several. My husband didn't go anywhere. Well, except when he was cheating. But, like when he was out and about, I was there. My ex-fiancés, I was there. They'd be like, "Babe, it's our night." And I've been through, I remember one boyfriend, his friends were like, "Does she have to come everywhere?" He's like, "Yeah, she does." Like literally, he looked at it and said, "Yes, she does."
I promise you, for this scenario, for the guy who goes to the club every week, I can almost guarantee they did not have a conversation about finances.
Because what are we doing here?
I can almost guarantee they did not have a conversation.
They couldn't have.
They couldn't.
That's just expensive.
He goes every week. If he goes every week to the club, ladies, if a man goes out to the club every week, when you talk about finances, he should be well off. He should have a good savings account. His credit score should be XYZ.
Own his own house.
So have his own house. If he ain't those three things, he ain't doing. He's making bad money investments because you, as a guy, you're gonna spend probably at least $100. You know, a few drinks.
Definitely 100, maybe even two.
Yeah, a
And
few
let's break
drinks.
it down. You do it once, even if he does it once a weekend, even if it's just Saturday night. Let's call it $150. Let's do the math. I'm very good at math, everybody. Okay, so when it comes to money, that's $600. Okay, a month. If you go out once a week and just get drinks and do whatever, that's $600 a month. That's $7,200 a year. You know what $7,200 a year can yield if you put it into an investment account, get a Wealth Simple account, buy a few stocks, and watch that shit rise? Like, do you know what that could do? And it might not seem like a lot to you, but that's 7,200, and he does it for 10 years. That's 72,000. That same $72,000 getting interest on top of it. Come on, man. Come on.
So with the math that she just provided to y'all, ladies and gentlemen, he should never ask you for haircut money. He should never ask you for getting some shoes, game, whatever it is. Of course, outside his birthday and like Father's Day or whatever. Like, I get that stuff. I'm talking about on a regular day basis. If he asks you for gas money, he's doing bad business decision. If he asks you money for his haircut, bad decision. If he asks you for money for, you know, buy certain food because he ain't got it, bad decision. So I'm done. I'm just letting you know that's not going. That's not you're not
Facts.
that.
And let's not talk about the guys who don't just buy drinks; they buy sections. Because I've dated those. Okay, and them sections are not cheap.
And mind you, and listen, even if the guy doesn't buy the section by himself, what we do is, guys, we'll pitch in so we can, you know, we all can get.
It's a few $100s.
Yes, a piece. You get a bottle.
Thank you. It's again, I've been in sections in Miami. I've been in sections in New York. I've been in sections in Atlanta, your city, and I have seen guys literally take out a credit card and it's like $5,000. You don't want to go to live in Miami on a Sunday. Okay. That's like $5,000 or more for a section. And you're not going to have a bag of men in the section. So it's not like 10 men contributing. Sometimes it's like 4 or 5 guys. Again, do the math on that. Come on, man. Ladies, just like, let's make better choices. But that's it. That's all. We have more. We have more. I'm going to choose. Let me choose another short one, actually. Let's go with. Okay. This one's weird. I'm going to go with number 5 because this is stupid. Am I the asshole for not wanting my boyfriend to invite his female best friend on our anniversary trip? Girl, I don't even need to know the scenario because the answer is no. What? So me, 27 female, him, 29 male. My boyfriend and I have been planning a romantic weekend getaway to celebrate our 2-year anniversary. I was really excited about it until he mentioned inviting his best friend, who happens to be a woman. He claims they've been close since childhood and that she's like family. But I feel like this trip should just be us. When I told him I wasn't okay with her coming, he said I was being insecure and jealous. Now he's upset with me for ruining the trip, but I feel like my concerns are valid. Am I the asshole for wanting the weekend to be just the two of us? Girl, leave that man. No, you're not the what? What is this?
You're not the asshole, but you're definitely the fool.
What?
You may not be the asshole, Bill, but you are the fool. Listen, I done said this plenty of times on this show. As a guy, I do not have any female friends. I have friends that I do like group activities with, XYZ, whatever, but I don't have a girl that's just a friend that I can just hang out one-on-one like that. No. I don't have any sisters. I mean, I might have some stepsisters, but I don't have no sister, no blood sisters. Stepsisters can get it too. I'm just saying, like,
cannot.
First off, how many movies have you seen where 2 adults been kid friends their whole life, and then they get older, they really
And-
want to be with
yeah,
each other. How many movies you seen that?
quite a few.
And it's not just
It
movies.
was like,
That's
oh, you were right there all along. The woman or man I love was right there this whole time. Hell no.
also, okay, so let's forget the movies because some people like that's movie. You're talking about. Let's forget the movies because I know some of y'all just don't. Your brain ain't whatever. Forget the movies. How many of us grew up and our parents had friends, whatever, and they try to do a matchmaker with their daughter or their son?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be yeah. Y'all gonna have a cute. Come on, man. And y'all fight it or whatever, and y'all go through your whole lives, and later on, y'all link up.
Yeah.
No. First off, okay, all right, I'm off that top. She said we planned a romantic trip for me and you to go to a romantic. I didn't say couples trip. I didn't say a romantic trip, and you said I want to invite my best friend.
My best friend.
What?
Because where's she sleeping?
Right, because once again, she didn't say she gonna bring her boyfriend. Right? We didn't make it a couples retreat. She just said I want to have a romantic trip with me and you, but I want to invite my best friend. The fuck? What?
Exactly. The fuck? Like that's literally the fuck.
And honestly, it's funny. This scenario is funny because this is a scenario that a woman would say, but unfortunately, this time it's a guy who's saying it, and he tries to shame her like, "Oh, you're doing X, Y, Z." Baby girl, let him stay with his best friend.
Best friend.
Or whatever you. Hey, look, you watching? Best friend, sure. Join stay with your best friend. I'm gonna go over here and go X, Y, Z. I don't play those games here.
Me either. I'm playing the games.
I don't play that. Oh, that's my guy friend. Who? So it's funny thing is I had a conversation with my homie. I will have to, for you to bring a guy into the picture in our relationship, I will have to meet him within the first couple of weeks of us talking to let me know that, okay, he's been around for X, Y, Z. I still am not okay with it, right? Let's be clear. I'm still not okay with it. But if he's been there in X, Y, Z, okay, all right, I can deal with it. You know what I mean? All right, whatever, cool. If we've been talking for 6 months and all of a sudden you want to pop up with some guy, oh, it's my guy friend, fuck out of here. We're not doing that. Listen, ladies, you need to understand. I have no sisters, so let me be very clear. I have no blood sisters, but I've been plenty of brothers. I've been in plenty. Oh, that's my bro. I got a lot of sisters. I got a lot of sisters, but I do not have. I'm a twin. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a twin. He's a boy. I have 2 twin boys, and I have 1 older brother. That's my blood brothers. But I have a lot of sisters. That's not my sister. I have a lot of girl cousins. That's not my girl cousins. So we're not going to play this game like I didn't play the game before. No.
Ridiculous. The whole scenario is ridiculous. Throw the whole relationship away. Just dash it away, as Jamaicans would say, dash it away. It's over. Girl, there would be no coming back from this. So we're done. Girl, you are not the asshole, but like you may actually be stupid. Because what are we doing here?
The fool.
Like, you are definitely a fool. Like this man is out there talking about let me invite. It's not. I know she could have also left out some context, like maybe she recently broke up with her boyfriend and he feels like the trip would be great. Hold on, because but even with that, it still would be no excuse to invite her. Even if he filled in the blanks, there is no scenario on this earth. You're telling me that your female best friend is coming on our anniversary trip.
Right. Exactly. It's an anniversary romantic trip. You're right. It's not
it's an anniversary trip. Not just a random weekend, 2-hour drive. It's an anniversary. Why do you need to celebrate our anniversary with us? Like, stop it. Anyways.
There's some guys and females who let this slide, which is crazy. Like there's people out there, but I don't see a problem with that. And then there'll be someone's crying later on when you found out him or her is begging your girl.
Exactly. Been bending him over. Like, what are we talking about? Or being bent over? Like, no, we're not. I don't play these games. But we move on. Okay, twins. We have to,
8.
okay, ready. Okay, number 8. Whew, am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend to stop posting thirst traps on Instagram? So, me 31 male, her 29 female. My girlfriend has a large Instagram following and often posts sexy photos. While I was fine with it at the start of our relationship, it started to bother me because she gets constant comments and DMs from random guys. I brought up my concern and asked her if she could tone it down or stop posting those kinds of pictures altogether. But she said this is her way of expressing herself and that I'm being insecure. She also reminded me that I knew about her social media presence before we started dating. Am I the asshole for asking her to stop posting those pictures?
I'm gonna have to say on this one, you're the asshole. Sorry. I, I'm not mad at her. If this was she was posting before y'all met, and hold on, so are these two friends or they are couples?
No, they're in a relationship. They're in a relationship.
Okay, okay.
That's his girlfriend.
All right, perfect. All right, it's cool. So, how did y'all meet? Did you meet her from the post, or you knew her before the post? See, she didn't give that context. See, that's the most important thing. She didn't give that content because that would have mattered. Well, how did you meet her? Well, I met no, but but we won't move past it. Yeah, you're the asshole because you can't expect people to change. It's who they are.
And you knew that going into the scenario. Again, it's not like they got together and all of a sudden she blossomed and she started posting these pics.
Exactly.
You said, I knew about her Instagram following. I knew about the sexy photos. I still basically wiped her up. Now I'm in my feelings about the fact that I know that guys are in her DMs, but I knew what she was doing before. You can't have it both ways.
Right. You can't change people. That's something that she want to do. If she want to stop, like that's something that she had to do for herself. You can't make her do it. And then, and then also, if she does do it for you, that's going to backfire on you later on. So, yeah, you're the asshole and fool for believing that she's going to change and stop that. Now you feel uncomfortable. Why? Because you know people slide their DMs, or because you just want people to slide their DMs. I mean,
that part. That part. That part.
Real problem. Like, so what's the real problem? You're afraid that someone's gonna sign a DM, is gonna catch your attention, and that can be it. That's what it is. It's called what it is. Because it was cool when you was first trying to get to know her and she was posting it, but now that y'all two made it official, you expect her to stop? Nah, she's not gonna stop. No. And once again, the scenario is funny because it's two girls, but usually this is a scenario that a guy and a girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you don't stop posting XYZ. And she said everything what she would say to a guy. Oh, you insecure? I'm not insecure. I don't want my woman being plastered on social media like that. Anyway.
This is where I say to this man, fuck your feelings, sir. Because you're caught up in feelings. Because again, before the feelings, she was the hot girl on Instagram. You were cool, you were dating, feelings weren't involved. Feelings start getting involved, and now you're looking at her pictures differently because you know as a man what you would say looking at those pictures sliding into her DMs, or you knew what you said when you slid into her DMs, or when you slid into the DMs of other women. So now you're like, my woman is the woman I lust after online. I don't like that feeling, once again, fuck your feelings. I don't like that feeling. So I'm going to tell her to stop doing something she was doing when I met her. Like, stop trying to, like, the woman who's the stripper, if you meet her as a stripper, do you accept her as a stripper? When she's ready to stop stripping, she'll stop stripping. But don't go into her life as a stripper and say, well, I think you should stop being a stripper. Because you knew she was a stripper. She didn't hide it from you. Ladies, the man who is a street pharmaceutical engineer, and you go, oh, well, let's start being a street pharmaceutical engineer. No, you knew what you were walking into. Now you want that man to change? Nah, stop it. We need to stop doing that. If you don't like the person as they are today, don't date them. Don't marry them. Don't be with them. If you don't like me, who I am today, don't date me who I am today. Don't expect me to be the person you imagine 2 years from now, because I am who I am today. Done. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yes. Don't expect people to change for you. Expect people to change for themselves. If
That
they
part.
can't change for themselves, like they shouldn't do for you. They shouldn't do for, no. They had to change for themselves, not for you. So I'll leave that right there.
That part. Okay, we have one more that I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna I guess have us share uh am I the asshole story. We'll see if we have time. Okay. Okay, so the last one is, am I the asshole for giving my wife an ultimatum
Mm.
on her male best friend due to what he did before our wedding years ago? So my wife and I, he doesn't give his age in this one. Okay. My wife and I have been married for about 5 years, and something I learned from her male friend girlfriend was that he confessed his love to my wife the night before. She told me they got into a fight about this and figured I should know. So I confronted my wife about this and she admitted it. I yelled at her and asked her how the F she could keep this from me and how the F she thought it was appropriate to have him at our wedding. She told me she didn't want to ruin our wedding day, and I told her she's not effing stupid enough to not know I'd want to know this. See, this male friend always made me uneasy from the start. She told me that she has no feelings for him. After this, I don't know if I trust her. I told her that, I told her that if she even wants me to consider staying with her, she needs to cut off her friend. Am I the asshole for asking her to cut off her friend?
Nope. I mean, it's just like the last post. This is why I say, man, you woman should not have a best friend. That's a guy. And vice versa. Woman, you should not have a guy that's a best friend. This is the point I'm trying to say. They it does not exist.
I just don't. I I just don't know how I would feel looking into my husband's eyes, or soon to be husband's eyes, as I'm walking down the aisle, looking at him standing there waiting to marry me. And then I look to my right, and my supposed best friend had just confessed to me hours before this that he's in love with me and I shouldn't marry the man I'm walking down the aisle to. And I feel comfortable in that. I could not feel comfortable in that, because if you were my best friend, you would respect the choices and the decisions that I've made, and you would not put me in a position the night before my wedding to have this on my mind. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, people need to figure out what they define as friendship here.
Yeah, and I get that, right? So the problem I have is that okay, they got married, like everything happened, but this dude was still around. The fact that she still kept dude around, that's the problem that I have. I'm not mad that at the wedding he say confesses love for you. I don't not get mad at that. Unfortunately, he wasn't man enough to stand up. You know, they said, "Hey, is there anybody here that felt these two
Yeah,
should
who objects to these two? Yeah,
yeah, his punk ass he didn't love you that much because if he loved you that much, he'd have said that right then and there. So clearly,
good point.
he would have
Good
he didn't love you
point.
that much. If he did, he'd have stood up and said what he had to say, and then it wasn't crazy. But hey, I let him know, okay, he must really
He
love
would have pulled a
you.
Dwayne Wayne. Remember when Dwayne did that with
Yeah,
Whitley in a different world? He said, "Me, I love you, baby. Please, please don't marry him." He said, "I love you, baby.
and guess
Please."
what? He stood on business and he got his woman. So the point that I make is that okay, so he wasn't meant to say that at the wedding. Cool. I didn't know about it. I'm still cool with it. The fact that I learned about it later on and you still let
Mm,
this motherfucker play in my face, that's the problem that I had because I don't know how
good
long we
point.
were together before it came into light. So you talking about he came over your house, you had this stuff, you shaking his hand, all this stuff, and he's still looking at you, smiling at you, and now that's in the back of your head that's the problem. Now that's
Such a valid point.
That's the problem that I have, is that after the fact, I don't care about his confessions of love to you the wedding day. He didn't stand up. And it goes vice versa for ladies. Vice versa. If you marry, you got instead, whatever. If they didn't say nothing at the wedding day, cool. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. It's the fact that it's how you play in my face after that with that person. Because you should have cut him off. Or me, vice versa. I should have cut that woman off. But not have her in your face and around my family and you're my best friend. Oh, no, knowing that you confess your feelings to me. Now you're being disrespectful to your spouse.
Yeah.
Not addressing that. So
such a good point. That is such a good point, because for 5 years you knew this and you actually still had this man in my face, in my home, around me, like you said, dapping me up, shaking my hand, doing all this fake stuff, knowing that he basically stood on his own business and said, I don't want you to marry this man, but you have him grinning in my face. Who knows if they haven't had boys' nights together? You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have been that type of husband, was like, this is my wife's best friend. I'm going to embrace him. They're doing things, inviting him to company events or a ball game or whatever the case might be. And you didn't care to tell me, your husband. That is such a good point. That's a very valid point. Don't do that, ladies. Because, and I think people forget the forsake all others. Forsake all others sometimes isn't just forsake all others in terms of who you are having sex with. It's forsake the people who are not supportive of this marriage, who are not supportive of this union, who are potentially going to try to derail our relationship. Not people who are there to support you and advise and guide, but people who are there to derail. Like, that is the forsake all others. I think people really need to think about the vows when they say them and they're reciting them. What does this vow actually mean to me? There's a reason the father gives his daughter away. She's even like leaving her family behind. She is like, this is who I give. This is why in traditional families, they say, who gives this child away? And the parents say, we do. Not just the dad walks it down, but both mom and dad say we do, because you're supposed to cleave to your husband and cleave to your wife, right? So when you're forsaking all others, anybody who is going to derail your marriage, they need to go. And a man who blatantly said, I'm in love with you, don't marry this man, clearly has got to go, boo. So I'm with you. It's so much more than just the wedding date itself. It's all the years after that you made this man play in my face.
The disrespect.
Okay. This was good. Do you have an Am I the Asshole story? I don't know if I actually have one, but I want to hear yours, because I'd be telling my business, so you can tell yours. Give me a scenario and I'll tell you if I think you're an asshole.
I mean, I'm an asshole, period. But I don't have a story. But what I will do is by next episode, I will follow up and have one. I got to think.
Let me think of one too. I'm gonna think of, because the only one I like even remotely had just off the top of my head without thinking about it. I remember I was dating someone, but this was years ago when like text was just becoming a thing. I didn't think we had the block function back then. Where I was dating someone, I decided I didn't want to date them, and I just sent a text. And this was back in the day where you still did phone calls. I think that would be the only thing. And I knew I was an asshole. I definitely knew I was an asshole for doing that. I was just like, and I just never responded to this person. But let me also do some thinking. Just think if I can think about like a dating or relationship scenario where I have to question if I was the asshole. So as we get out of here, do you have plans for the weekend actually before we go into our dating tips for the night?
Sorry, firecrackers outside. Any plans? Let's see. No kid. I know, right? It's July 4th. What, next week? Or
yeah, I have to look at the date again. I'm like, why are there firecrackers?
I was like, already? But any plans? No. Work. So you adults, you have to work. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, no major plans. Nothing going on. I mean, no. I'm sorry, I don't have no plans weekend.
I'm with you. I have no, every time I go outside, I feel like I spend unnecessary money. So if I can avoid, like, I might go and like run some errands, like do my eyebrows, like little things like that. But I'm like, every time I'm out, like I have plans next weekend, I already know just going outside is gonna cost me like $100. So I'm just like, let me just stay inside for this weekend. But to wrap up the show, let me do a quick um relationship and dating scenario, which I basically said at the earlier in the show. So this is to both men and women. If you need to change them, don't date them. Period.
That's a good one.
It's a bar.
That's a
If
bar.
you need to change them, don't date them. If you are not happy with the person who they are right now and you're dating the better version of them that you think they should be, because I've tried to do that, don't do it. You're wasting your time, you're wasting their time, and time is the most valuable resource we have. So again, if you've got to change them, don't date them. That's it.
That's a good one. Damn, that's a good one. I mean, I have to piggyback based on the conversations scenarios that we had today. I mean, they're all tied to that statement that people are want people to change. You can't. You have to meet people where they at.
Mm,
So I piggyback what you said. Meet them where they at. Do not change them. They're not ready. Don't force it. So nope, I'm good.
love it. So thank you, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, comment. If you think that we were wrong in some advice, let us know. Like I said, every week we put the link to join the show in the comment section. You can join us anytime and join the conversation. Just remember, when you come into our space, you need to park your feelings. So have a great weekend. Have a good night. Have a
Peace.
good rest of the week. Bye, everybody.